It sounds like a headline straight out of a political thriller. Could a mayor of New York City actually order the NYPD to place Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in handcuffs if he attends the United Nations General Assembly in New York? In recent weeks, this exact question swept across social media, sparked by campaign promises, heated political statements, and intense international debates. With the International Criminal Court's arrest warrant active, activists have been demanding accountability on the American soil. But behind the dramatic headlines lies a complex web of constitutional law, federal authority, and international diplomacy. Can a local city government actually arrest a foreign head of state, or is this purely political symbolism? Before we examine the legal mechanics, we must acknowledge why this question resonates so deeply with millions of people across the globe. Benjamin Netanyahu is a man whose actions record are known to the entire world. From 2023 to the present day, we have watched a continuous cycle of broken agreements, escalated conflicts, and actions that threaten to drag the entire region and the world into utter chaos. I have vehemently and aggressively criticized his actions on this channel, even when digital platforms actively restrict and censor this content. We know how these platforms operate, and many of them depend on financial interest and institutional support. They prioritize algorithms and revenue over human lives and basic dignity. But speaking out is what any sane and conscious human being is obligated to do. Decades from now, when history books reflect on this era, my children and grandchildren will not look at me and ask why I chose to remain silent when all of this was happening. We have all looked back and criticized past generations for keeping quiet during world wars. Silence in the face of human suffering is a choice, and it is a choice that I refuse to make. That moral outrage is precisely what fueled the campaign rhetoric in New York when Mayor Zohran Mamdani initially raised the issue of enforcing international law against visiting foreign leaders. It made immediate global waves. However, when reviewing the legal reality, Mayor Mamdani himself publicly considered the facts. In an official video statement, his administration admitted that New York City does not possess the independent legal authority to enforce an international criminal court warrant on its own. While he urged the United States federal government to honor the international mandates and execute the warrant, he acknowledged a fundamental truth of American governance. A city government cannot act unilaterally in foreign affairs. So why, legally speaking, is a municipal arrest impossible? First, under the United States Constitution, foreign policy and international diplomacy are strictly reserved for the federal government, not individual states or cities. Furthermore, the United States is not a state party to the Roman Statute, the treaty that established the International Criminal Court, because the US federal government does not recognize ICC jurisdiction over non-member nations. No federal agency and certainly no local police department has the legal mandate to execute the ICC warrant. Under American legal doctrine, federal law automatically overrides local city ordinances. In fact, if a local mayor were to go rogue and order local police officers to detain a visiting foreign leader, those local officials will be committing a serious federal crime. Under Article 18, Section 112 of the United States Code, known as the Protection of Foreign Officials and Official Guest Acts, it is a severe federal offense to intimidate, harass, obstruct, or illegally detain a foreign dignitary or head of government protected by federal law. Any local official or police officer who attempted to forcibly restrain or imprison a foreign leader would face immediate federal indictment and severe prison time. The federal government holds exclusive jurisdiction over foreign diplomats, making any local attempt at arrest legally void from the start. Ultimately, while the call to arrest Netanyahu serves as a powerful political statement and a reflection of public outrage, local municipal powers stops where federal law begins. Zoran Mamdani's admission highlight the profound moral friction between global human rights demands and domestic political realities. The debate over international accountability will continue, but the power to act rests entirely on the hands of federal government, which almost always sides with Netanyahu and Israel, and in fact, it supports and acts on every whims and desires of Netanyahu, which actually bothers me a lot. That there are people, American people, who literally do not want their tax money to go to Netanyahu or in Israel. But then the government acts very differently, especially the federal government. They literally act very differently, and they in fact sign a lot of deals where the money just keeps flowing to Israel.